Welcome back to the deep dive.
Great to be here.
So today we're jumping into, well, the pretty wild world of meme coins. We've been looking at some recent price swings, trying to figure out what's really going on.
Yeah, it's a fascinating space. You've got this mix of like internet culture, real news, maybe not real news, and just pure speculation driving these massive shifts.
Exactly. So our mission today is kind of unpack that volatility, what's behind it.
Let's do it.
Okay, first up, FARTCOIN. It keeps showing up, doesn't it? A top gainer on CoinMarketCap.
hmm
We don't have the exact weekly figures, but the reports put it down to its quirky appeal and speculative momentum. What gives something like that power?
Well, that quirky appeal, it's not just fluff, right? It taps into humor, maybe a feeling of being in on the joke.
Ah, like an inside joke for a whole online community.
Exactly. And that shared identity, that sense of belonging, it really fuels that initial interest. People want to be part of it, so they buy in.
Yep.
Speculative momentum builds from there.
Gotcha. Okay, shifting gears slightly. Dogecoin. More established, maybe.
Relatively speaking, yes. Still a meme coin at heart, but it's been around.
Right. And it jumped to 0.1680 cents on Monday. That's a 27% climb from its monthly low. Analysts are pointing to three bullish chart patterns. What does that generally mean for traders?
So those technical patterns, they're essentially signals.
Yes.
They suggest that buying interest is picking up steam
Okay.
and that the price might, have a higher chance of continuing upward. Even for Doge, technicals can sometimes play a bigger role because it has that longer trading history compared to newer coins.
Right, makes sense. Now, here's where it gets really interesting, I think. The Trump Payo meme coin. It had a 60% surge, apparently tied to some dinner contest, but now there's this talk of a massive token unlock coming. How did those two things play against each other?
Okay, yeah, that's classic crypto tension. The contest drives hype, pumps the price short term.
Right.
But a token unlock? Well, it means a whole bunch of tokens that were locked up suddenly become available to sell.
Which could mean.
Could mean significant selling pressure. Early investors or team members might decide to cash out, especially after a price spike. So that can push the price right back down, creating serious volatility.
A real tug of war then. Okay, speaking of selling, the Mania coin.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
The team reportedly sold over $1.5 million worth of tokens in just 3 days.
Wow.
Now, it apparently recovered 21% this week, but it's still way, way down, like 96% below its all-time high. What signal does that kind of team sell-off send?
Well, it's generally not a great look, is it? It raises big questions about the team's own belief in the project's future.
You think?
Yeah, I mean, selling that much, especially when the price is already so far down from its peak, it often suggests they don't see much upside, or maybe worse. Definitely a red flag for potential holders.
Okay. Then there was LUCE. This one spiked over 130%. The trigger. Reports, apparently unverified later, about the Pope's death.
Right, and then suddenly other Pope-themed coins popped up too.
Exactly. What does that rapid-fire reaction tell us about this market?
It just highlights the incredible speed, doesn't it? How quickly news, even rumors, can spread online and immediately fuel speculative trading.
Like pure reaction driving the price.
Pure reaction, it's often very short-lived, that kind of spike, because it's not based on fundamentals, just immediate online chatter. A prime example of sentiment driving things.
Okay, last one, and this is maybe the wildest. Lemon.
Lemon, okay.
Reportedly surged 13,000%. 13,000.
Whoa. Okay, what was the story there?
Apparently, a viral story on X, Twitter, about someone's dog being stolen from a Tesla.
The dog theft story caused a 13,000% surge.
That's what the report says.
Yeah.
What's the takeaway from something that extreme?
I mean, it just perfectly underscores the unbelievable power of social media narratives, right? Totally.
A
compelling story, something that grabs attention, true or not, can create this intense FOMO fear of missing out. People jump in, and you get these completely irrational, explosive price moves. That volatility is just baked into the DNA of many meme coins.
So if we look at all this FARTCOIN's humor, Doge's charts, Trump's unlock pressure, Melania's sell-off, LUCE reacting to rumors, Lemon going stratospheric on a tweet, it's a crazy mix.
It really is. Humor, speculation, real news, fake news, technical signals, team actions, social media trends, they all stir the pot.
What does this whole picture tell us about maybe the broader digital asset market right now, or at least this corner of it?
Well, it definitely shows a segment of the market that's still profoundly driven by sentiment, by online culture, by narratives, sometimes much more than by traditional financial metrics or, underlying utility.
Yeah.
It really makes you question, what value even means in this context,
Mm.
and just how powerfully a good story, or even just a meme, can shape perception and price.
It's a wild intersection of internet culture, finance, and frankly, human psychology. So for you listening, think about that diversity of catalysts we just talked through. What does it really signal about our current digital world when a joke, a rumor, or a single viral post can create millions or erase them almost overnight? Something to chew on.